is very like just fits the Ravens. You pair him with the safeties that they have. Yeah, I feel like it might be.
What are your notes saying there, Coach? What are your notes?
Yeah, definitely.
So the Giants, how many quarterbacks do they have?
I mean, that's a dog right there.
Oh yeah,
another Georgia Bulldog.
And the Ravens,
so
obviously.
That definitely fits.
That's a culture, yeah.
Absolutely. That'd be a great fit for the AFC North.
Yeah, Chuck Pagano is over there now. Obviously. I mean, I'm kind of bummed out about that.
Yeah. Me too.
But he wants to win a Super Bowl.
And he's going to bring back the Pagano punch. You know, it's kind of been left
it's
out.
a peanut punch, remember? The NFL tried to start a war.
Is that a debate or what?
I need that jersey ASAP, bro. That golden jersey in the back. I need that.
Peanut Tillman comes
You don't want a Jordan Love jersey. You want that bullshit?
I'll get from the corner. No one cares about him, and we just want people to know, like, hey, there was an old Italian man.
Okay.
Who
this is all a made-up story here.
Put his life on the line and was going for the ball.
He definitely led with the crown of his helmet a lot. Safety for Wyoming. So the NFL a couple years back put out a video on the peanut punch and what you can do. And Pagano was the one they used as a video. And basically people were saying like, oh, Pagano thinks he created this punch. And then Peanut even quote tweeted the video. It was like, okay, basically dogging Pagano.
Damn, bro,
and Chuck was like, I was asked to make this video. I am so sorry.
Lamar was sleeping, bro. He's
There's a little bit of heat between him and Peanut there.
Yeah, bro. I seen that shit, bro. Trust me, I seen that video a billion times.
We've seen a few peanut punches.
That guy's.
I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean, just the numbers on it. Like statistically, where he was compared to.
And think of everybody who's carrying the ball knows he's on the field too. Like it affects how you maneuver around the field when you have the ball.
Practice,
that's
too,
a big part.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
I should practice leading up to playing against them ball.
Well, I think it's.
Wait, the Ravens are on the clock right now?
As a league, it's taking the help.
Let's go Ravens! Let's go Ravens!
With tackling, I mean. It's even more. You see even more.
You're not, no one's worried about missing tackles. They're going for like guys. Hey, I'm coming. I'm punching for the ball. And I'm going to sacrifice getting run over because I want that ball.
Yeah, it's a big.
Ball carrier is easier too. They start to clinch and they almost help you tackle. Marlon Humphrey, the slot corner, who had one of his best seasons of his career last year. He's one of the best peanut punchers out there right now.
They're thinking.
Let's go Ravens! Who we getting? Who are we getting? Who are we getting? Who are we getting?
We don't want to tip picks. Feel like we've been.
Who are we getting?
I can't say. You've been really good.
Let's go Ravens!
Who do you want the Ravens to drop? A receiver?
Don't be an asshole.
I mean,
It's more
the tight
fun
end?
this way. It's better this
we already got a tight end.
I love it.
All right, I know you love
We
it,
got like
Trent. You're
3
super
good
professional.
receivers right now.
You can get a tight end and let him sit and then Mark Andrews.
I want to find it out from
Whatever he's done
Yo,
next.
Chad.
Your job though, trying to hear.
Look at this shit, bruh.
Stay
Pick
out of star, bro.
in the 2025
Oh, shit.
NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Malachi Starks.
go.
All right,
there you go.
defensive back, Georgia.
Bro, if we draft Malachi Starks,
To the AFC North, we just talked about it.
holy shit! Check defender hapo, ndio nikakuonyesha clip yake. Check interception hiyo kwa market. I showed you this clip. I literally showed you this clip, bro. Yesterday, I showed you this clip, bro.
Just so smart. He could do
That
so
Malachi
many
Starks, nigga, that nigga from
things.
UGA, fam.
Playing the slot a little bit this year
Hey,
because of injuries.
oh my God, bro, we cooking, bro. The Ravens defense is back, nigga. We ain't giving no 20 points a game. We ain't giving up no 20 points a game anymore, nigga.
He's a ball hawk. His ball skills are unbelievable. Yeah, he's a perfect Raven.
It's so cool.
He's
It's
a
great
perfect
pick.
Raven
You know what
around
they
you,
got with
Pokemon
Humphrey,
Mikey,
obviously, but Kyle Hamilton and Nick.
Tekibo Nick Suga. Anakuwa picked hapo. Bo Nick Suga anakuwa picked.
Might go in the first round, but everyone I spoke to was like, that's combine stuff. It's great for February. Starks is like the guy. He is the safety. And Warrior could be a great linebacker and safety. Right? But this is the pick.
Yo, woo! What a pick! Let's go! Let's go! You are a Raven.
Some of those plays you're watching on the highlight.
Oh, Mikey, you don't get it.
Michael Golden gonna spin on that nigga, bro. He gonna spin on that nigga 360 like
his ball skills, his once again spatial awareness.
Spatial awareness. Who's Matthew Golden? That's Matthew Golden, nigga. That's not golden. That's not golden.
Golden is not dark like that.
That's an individual.
That's golden.
That's not golden.
Guarantee you that was golden.
That was not golden. What you talking about?
He's played a big-time game since the moment he stepped on to Athens. So I love everything about this pick.
Yeah, we gonna watch the highlights. Golden versus
Chuck's going to get Grady Williams hands on.
versus Stocks because the Texans and the UJ they played last season.
He carried Roger Goodell.
NFL commissioner, we knew him.
Moved him from one side of the stage.
You're a Raven, buddy.
And I love
You gonna get a Super Bowl out of me, believe that.
As well, adding
Y'all
a
gonna
great
get a Super
safety,
Bowl out of me.
especially somebody that's not
Believe
scared,
that.
or DB, somebody that's not scared.
Believe that.
Big-time
Everything out of me.
Player, SEC. He's played against a lot of dogs in the wide receiver. He's played in a lot of big games.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
that's a big
Super
deal
Bowl
for
out of
DB.
me.
Don't you think so, Coach?
Big time. A lot of pulse
the Lions on the clock.
I mean, you love his tenacity. We're talking about the high point on the interception. That's big time football. Once again, great fit. And I think there'll be another safety coming up here. And they go pretty
chipping
homework.
But if you watch a lot of these clips, and if you watch his tape, like a lot of the stuff, he's communicating. He's playing. He's playing in a bunch. He's playing in a stack. And like you said, he called the defense. He's right here. He doesn't want to get out leveraged to the flat. 13 has him beat by position. He reads it. Boom. He knows I got first to the flat. Like just little things like that to where you.
Yo, that nigga Malachi, bro. That nigga perfect Raven, bro.
This is not easy to do. He's doing it in real time.
That nigga just picking people. Woo!
Finishing plays too, like finishing plays. Like, that's a big deal for me
Chicken
for a DB because possessions are so valuable. And now if he's making plays, creating turnovers, getting picked,
Pick that nigga Knicks.
You're handing Lamar Jackson an extra possession in the first or second half of a football game.
Yeah,
that is huge, man.
Give Lamar that extra possession. Pick somebody.
AFC North gets
sneak in a little possession for L Jack.
Culture
number 8.
Division. Speaking of tough, Detroit Lions, brand new Lions are on the clock. Shregs, what do we think with the Lions tone? What are we? Are they trying to get out? You think, or is this pick?
I personally, I thought they were going to do like a best available defensive player at this spot, whether it was edge. We know the defensive injuries last year; they were just decimated on the D-line.
I forgot about that. They had like 15 injuries.
So they were decimated on the D line. So is there a D tackle or a DN edge guy they like left, or they're always looking, for value at the corner position. I know they brought in some corners this year, but I wouldn't be surprised to see someone in the secondary either.
Shregs, your thoughts?
Will Johnson's still on the board, local guy out of Michigan, and they brought in obviously DJ Reed from the Jets. They have Terry and Arnold, so maybe corner's not it, maybe safeties. But the truth of the matter is this: I covered the draft 2 years ago when they took a running back at 12 and an inside linebacker at 18 in Jack Campbell, and everyone was like, this team sucks, what is Brad Holmes doing? And Jahmyr Gibbs might be the most dominant pick they've had in years, and of course Campbell. So don't go by the board and what you're hearing. Brad Holmes is going to take who he wants right now.
Also, Jihad Campbell's still on the board. He's only there because of his shoulder injury. He's unbelievable.
He's good.
It feels like an Eagles or Lions pick at the end of the year, Jihad Campbell, just because he's only there because of his shoulder injury. So we'll see.
That's the way you're sitting down there, Shregs. Let's go back to the truck. Evan Fox, Detroit Lions fan. What are your thoughts? Obviously, nowadays, as opposed to back in the days, you have a lot more trust in the decisions being made, I assume?
Yeah, 100%, and they were spot on. It's got to be a defensive guy. It could be a corner, it could be a defensive end, it could be defensive tackle. That's kind of what we're all expecting. But most importantly, it's going to be a dog. Brad Holmes finds dogs, and you guys just mentioned a guy from Alabama. He loves Alabama guys. Brian Branch, J-Mo, amongst many, Jahmyr Gibbs, obviously. So I would not be surprised if that's what we go with.
Hey, Foxy, you guys in the back are doing a great job.
Thank you. We're trying, man. We're trying to keep up.
How pissed was Gumpy when they took that detail?
Gumpy is so mad right now that they didn't take Tyler Warren. Am I right, Gumpy?
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted all season. All I talked about, I wanted Tyler Warren. That's all I wanted.
That's all he wanted.
Yeah, he was there. It's great. Chris Burrell figured it out.
Tyler Warren coming to the Indianapolis Colts. Shout out to us. The pick is in for the Detroit Lions. We assume. I'm going Jihad.
Yeah,
that's what I got.
I'm going to shit my pants. Think of the Campbell out for
the 2025 NFL Draft. The Detroit Lions select Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State.
Okay, what are they getting, AJ Hawk out of Tyleik Williams?
A big dude in the middle that's played a ton of football. He could not move the guy, disruptor. He may not get a ton of sacks, but the guy's going to affect the quarterback on passing plays and in the run game. He does all the dirty work. He's a monster, taking on doubles, splitting doubles. I love his hands. Larry Johnson's one of the best D-line coaches in the country. He's been coaching them. Yeah, I think it's a good pick.
Foxy, we like this?
Love it. Absolutely love it. You got to have beef. We all know beef wins games. That's what the Eagles did. They just won the Super Bowl. This is perfect.
Coach Mike McCarthy, your thoughts on national championship pedigree Tyleik Williams?
Outstanding. No, once again, every lineman that's been picked, I got my pom-poms out here. Once again, how many old linemen and D linemen have been picked so far?
I don't know. Get your butt out of my face,
right?
bro.
So, I mean, yeah, once again, anchor player inside just from the little that I've seen. But, you never go wrong with them taking the big man.
Yeah, him and McNeil. Like they signed Lee McNeil to a massive deal last year, and then obviously Aiden Hutchinson. The Lions are one of those teams too, though, where it's like, how many times are they going to get this unlucky? Like the last year was insane.
Unbelievable.
It was awful.
Still winning games somehow. Still number one seed in the NFC, and had nobody that we knew on their defense playing.
Yeah.
Great coaching staff, great development. Kelvin Shepard, a friend of ours, new DC after Aaron Glenn leaves. He gets a massive piece on the D-line. Let's go down to the draft cave. What were your thoughts on Tyleik this season? And Triggs, was this expected out of the Detroit Lions?
He's a big boy. He's like 6'3", 330, and he anchored that Ohio State defense all season long. He played all 4 seasons. He played 12 games his freshman year.
That's a lot of ball.
Yeah, he played all 4. He was all conference the last 2 seasons. So yeah, he's a great player. And he wasn't one of the guys that was mentioned a ton because there was so much talent on the Ohio State defense, but he was definitely the anchor in the middle.
I did not have this, and I'll say this is classic Detroit. I'll never get their pick right. They go off the boards with the mock draft guys saying do not go consensus, and it has worked every single time. And Brad Holmes, I trust. Good pick. I don't even know the player.
National championship.
DJ has him ranked as a 67th player, I believe.
Wow, that's very low. Mad Mel Kiper just reapplied some hairspray to the joy and delight of the fans. We're pretty boozed up and maybe even high at this time of the draft.
Without a doubt, that loud pack is still rolling through the skies here at Green Bay.
Go, loud pack, go.
Go, loud pack, go. Go, loud pack, go.
And it's been going on to this set.
And it has. I'm feeling a little bit intoxicated. Obviously, you got to make sure the hair is perfectly coiffed. It's getting a little late. Listen, Tyleik Williams, great pick, great player. A little bit of a stretch, I think. I had him a little bit further down on my board, so a little bit. But again, we talked about the Lions. I mean, this is the kind of stuff they do. Okay, you get him in there with Dan Campbell. He's going to be a great player, unfortunately. That's kind of just the way it works.
All right, let's roll through an update of the draft thus far. Obviously, we are 28 picks down, 4 picks to go. We started with Cam Ward, which was a foregone conclusion coming in. Congrats to Cam Ward being the number 1 overall pick in the Tennessee Titans. Travis Hunter was with the Jacksonville Jaguars after they trade all the way up there. The New York Giants take Abdul Carter, not a quarterback. Will Campbell to the Patriots felt normal. Mason Graham really had people up in arms. There's a lot of people that are confused by that pick, including Peter Schrager. He said Mason Graham, basic ass looking dude going to Cleveland.
Let's go.
We'll see how he does. Genty, first running back off the board, and then all the way through Tyleik Williams. Feels like it's been an interesting draft, but every pick we have sat up here and said, okay, that makes sense. Legitimately, this is like the first time, long time, where like some of the picks, like, all right, we can see how they get there. You know what I mean, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely.
Every team watching the draft intently, trying to figure out what to do, like, are all the teams, and I guess this is a dumb question for you, but for me, it's real. We're talking to John Schneider there a few months ago. He's still active right now? You think, is everybody still active, or is there some teams that know they're done for the night and aren't even paying attention to it?
Oh, no. I mean, I've never seen that. I mean, you go all the way to the end. I mean, you sit, then you have the post meeting real quick, and then obviously get back in the morning. So, no, they're definitely, everybody's taking every call, So, yeah, no, they're still working.
Matt Mel, last 4 picks. We're going to see any brain busters, you think? Hair looks great, by the way.
Thank you very much. I'm going to be shocked if someone doesn't come up and get Shedeur Sanders. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. I don't know what all these fucking morons are thinking. Again, I've grinded this kid's tape. He's unbelievable. He's the best quarterback in the draft class. I know Coach McCarthy has looked at his tape. He likes some stuff about him as well.
He's the best quarterback in the draft.
Gone yet, and at this point, I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately.
That's kind of been the momentum last couple of days. It's like
the Steelers are gonna come back in to get this kid, bro.
Pick. That was being chatted about by everybody, including Mel Kiper and Matt Mel Kiper. Schrager said it wasn't me saying that, but there was a full convo, like, hey, it's Deion Sanders' kid. Let's assume he'll
Can be coasting on the O-line, like Jalen Hurts O-line.
And
I don't know.
Like, how does that narrative change so much in the media over the course of the last month?
Legitimately, I have no idea. Just the insiders, I guess, coach?
Who sets it? Who sets that?
I just think the intensity of smoke screening is evident.
This one, though, this one's unique, guys. No, I've never in my life had seen someone be mocked going second and third for weeks.
The Commanders, they lost?
And doesn't go in the
De'Ami
first
Brown?
round. So this one is unique, and there's a lot of different factors, but, like, I'm not shocked right now. I never had Shedeur as that guy, because I never heard that from the team. So we couldn't, as a media, necessarily foresee this, but we also couldn't will it to happen either, if that's what it felt like early on in this process. I feel for the kid. It stinks. Everyone telling you you're going to be the first quarterback taken, and then, oh wait, Cam Ward is. Oh, then the next week, oh, you're going to be a top 5 pick, and then now he's here. So I think it's unfortunate. Meanwhile, the draft is the draft. The NFL guys are going to take who they want.
Washington Commanders pick is in. What a hell of a year for them.
25 NFL draft. The Washington Commanders select Josh Conerly Jr., tackle, Oregon.
Tackle, not a safety. You thought a safety was coming to Washington, Coach. Feels like
I did. I'm not allowed to say his name.
What, the safety?
No, but let's talk about Josh. It's good pick. Was he an lineman? I get to change my answer, right? So I've been beating that O-line to drum all day.
Yeah.
Stop now.
This is deep. There's a lot of tackles. We talked about this with, I think, DJ's mock, Schraig's mock. A lot of people's mocks was a lot of tackles, a lot of offensive line, a lot of defensive line. I think, maybe it's because how the players are. There's a lot of players maybe not as good at skill positions.
It's a guy. If it's a guy in the gender reveal, then that starts doing the offensive tackle.
You look at the Philadelphia Eagles, D-line, best in the league. Offensive line, best in the league. It's a monkey see, monkey do league, copycat league. That's how they won. They ran the ball 200 more times than they did pass the ball throughout the season. And maybe it's because there's an abundance of talent on offensive line and D-line, but also I think it kind of represents where the game is right now, too, Coach.
I think it's always been there.
This nigga got all day.
I just think, if you look at the playoff games, when you look at it, the O-line and D-line usually tells a story. I mean, it's a big part of the story. And that's in the value of these big men. And we talked about it because there's going to be obviously a hole there in the second and third round where because there's so many that went this high. So I think it's very smart by these teams to jump up there, to grab these big guys.
Yeah, there's a guy out there spinning a top right now that you wouldn't believe, Coach. There's a chance that guy needs to get in the trap. That's a pillow. That's even more impressive.
Oh no!
He dropped it. Yeah, he dropped it.
There he is. Oh no!
He's spinning a pillow. He just dropped it again.
He's got the
there he is.
Bill's on the clock.
What's that there, pal?
That's some Wisconsin cheddar.
15-year white cheddar cheese.
There you go.
Love that, Coach.
But even to the trenches, 2023, that Super Bowl, it was Chiefs-Niners. And the Chiefs were running the ball, Pacheco way more. That was the entire thing where they reloaded their O-line after, the Tampa loss. And then San Fran, too. That's when McCaffrey had like 22 touchdowns in a season. So it has been like the last few years. Yeah.
That nigga had 22 touchdowns.
Always a trench. I think every draft kind of is obviously a draft of his own. This is obviously deep in the trench. Coming in. And
the year mother went to the Super Bowl, that nigga had 22 touchdowns.
I know in our meetings, regardless of what was going on, it was always, hey, we better stop the run first, control the game, and then once you get to those playoff games, just kind of like NBA basketball, it's all run and gun until you get to those playoffs, and it becomes, hey, half-court possessions, how can you get it stopped? Same way in the NFL.
Also, understanding what you have in Jaden Daniels. This guy's a generational talent. They went out, they traded for Laramie Tunsil, one of the best left tackles in the NFL. You add this guy. You got it. As Pat eats the Wisconsin white cheddar and the crowd goes absolutely apeshit, looks delicious, but
15-year
age.
Wow.
White cheddar.
So good.
Top notch.
That's what they do here.
I think it's just eating cheese. Oh, they're going to get cheese, but my God.
So you're telling me that cow milk thing was 15 years ago.
You bet.
And now I'm eating this.
That's cheese.
How the hell does that work?
How is that anything?
Cheese is like wine.
That should be $9,000 worth of cheese then, if that's the case.
No, but pasteurize it, moron. Don't you know anything about dairy farming? Jesus
No, I
Christ.
don't. Teach
Yeah, I
them.
don't hear you.
Now's not the time. Now's not the time.
$4.52 is blocked.
What a bargain.
Well, that is great.
Good luck, brother.
Pass it down. Let's eat the cheese.
Oh, Mike McCarthy, he's been a Green Bay coach. He knows what it is.
Give him a little sliver.
A little sliver, yeah.
He's going to do one.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good cheese. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good cheese. AJ's eating cheese. That's abnormal. Normally it's just chicken and
I love
rice.
cheese. I actually love cheese. I don't like fancy cheese though. Y'all booing D-Butt. I wonder why. That's weird.
D-Butt fake ate that.
PWI.
That was a work, brother.
Are you guys done with this? We can jump in there, man. You guys done with it? Are you done with it?
You're a bad guy.
You guys want it?
You're a
I
bad
already
guy.
had some.
No,
I was gonna break open.
Fuck your cheese.
Oh my god.
Cheese sucks. It smells like shit.
That was delicious cheese. I never just like
Just eat.
grab a block of cheese and eat it. But
Never?
Shout out to Green Bay, man.
Thanks, charcuterie board.
Not that. Did you see that? I mean, it's sitting in my mouth still.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing at this stuff to get to. Have it over here. I was pointing at that stuff to get into. Oh, shut up! If the only thing you have to offer to society is cheese, your town sucks. Okay?
They got a great football team here.
And that's a fact. Great.
Roger Goodell is at the stage, or
The second time tonight, we have the opportunity to grant a wish for a deserving young man to announce the first pick for his favorite team.
Oh yeah.
Tommy.
Baby Tommy.
Let's go, Tommy.
Shoes are sick.
Tommy is a 16-year-old living with a neuromuscular disorder. He's a huge Buffalo Bills fan, and he's here with me to make the announcement for his beloved Bills.
Hell yeah, Tommy.
Corner safety.
There you go.
Let's go Buffalo.
Hell yeah, Tommy.
With the 30th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Maxwell Harrison. Let's go!
Cornerback.
DB, Maxwell Harrison, I believe out of Kentucky.
Correct.
Yeah, out of Kentucky, goes to the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Bean solidifies member of the backfield. How do you feel about this, Darius J. Butler?
I love it. Re-signed Christian Benford earlier in the offseason, who I think is a very good underrated corner in the NFL. And Taron Johnson, one of the best slot defenders as well. So you got a pretty good starting three out there, cornerback.